Camper on the ground. Buzz on the ground. I swear to God, I swear to God, you stupid bitch. I'm not so sorry that I never wanted you. I swear to God, you stupid bitch. I swear to God, you stupid bitch. Bro, come on. I'm gonna play a different game. I'm gonna play Black Ops 4.
Counter UAV flying enemy recon. Copy. UAV in the AO. Recon is online. Our UAV is orbiting the area. Friendly UAV in station. Friendly airstrike in the AO.
Find medical.
UAV online.
Tossing grenade.
UAV overhead.
Throwing grenade.
Reloading!
1 minute remaining. Next hard point. Stand by.
Tossing.
Strike incoming.
Tossing grenade.
Hard point relocated. Secure the target area. Friendly care package on the way. Hostile force strike in the area.
Target's dead. Swapping medics. Back up. Shoot the enemy. Reloading.
Hostile UAV in the area. Return to base.
We're 30 now. Send
Incredible momentum driving Modern Warfare 2 is a direct reflection of the leadership. Which Stone is calling. Wait for it. Subscribe if you love your mama because, ladies and gentlemen, Microsoft just demanded performance reviews of PlayStation senior leadership, which Sony is calling. Wait for it. Everybody. That's what I'm talking about. It is not about asking for obvious performance reviews. It is obvious harassment, okay? I just cannot even compute this and check this out, okay? I want to show you this and there's a video I want to show you guys. It's going to be pretty bumpy tonight. Definitely get your seatbelts on because apparently Charlie Intel is saying that are you going to be getting Season 2 Battle Pass for Modern Warfare 2? And the thing with this situation here is that I'm not sure if you know this or not. I'm not sure if Modern Warfare 2 is your first Call of Duty. If it is, then it's kind of like rare, right? Like you're kind of odd with this, but think about this, okay? For a second, check this out. Apparently, Season 2 is gonna be having the same skin that we had back in Modern Warfare 19, 3 years ago. Boomboka! That's essentially what we're getting. I just cannot even compute this. They're gonna be selling you a new battle pass, but the same skin, okay? I just cannot.
Before Modern Warfare 2 came out, you guys may remember hearing about the unprecedented level of support that this game was going to be getting. And obviously, that has not been the case so far. Here we are 5 months into the game's life cycle, and they have not given us a
5 months! Not even a single new map, guys.
original multiplayer map. How ridiculous is that? So check this out right here. Charlie Intel, shout out to them as always for always being on all this kind of stuff. They found this thing that was up for us, and this is the exact quote from Activision. The incredible momentum driving Modern Warfare 2 is a direct reflection of the energy and passion of the Call of Duty community, says the
Stop the cap.
general manager of Call of Duty. As we look ahead to an unprecedented level of support from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2's launch next week, we are moving in again for the best player community in the world. What a
Wrong! Toxic gamer!
bunch of horseshit. Oh my god. Like, I understand. Like, I
To be honest though, let's actually keep a buck 50. Everybody gather on. To be fair though, we are getting unprecedented level of content. Just no content, bro.
stuff is not lost on me, man. I'm in my 30s now. I'm freaking old in the COD community anyway. And so I've heard everything from these COD devs. I've heard everything from game devs in general. I've heard everything going from, we were talking about how the game is going to be so heavily supported, to how unprecedented the game is going to be in terms of graphics and appeal, and how they're going to listen to the player base, and how there's going to be an obscene amount of player community feedback with the developers, and that dialogue is never going to stop. I've heard it all. But when we heard this back then, and also when they said this was going to be a 2-year game,
Dialogue will never stop.
I kind of believe that. Or at least I went cautiously optimistic, hoping that with it being a 2-year game, that the game itself was actually going to have an unprecedented amount of support. I thought that the game itself was going to be finally catching up with all the other games out there. The other games that are counted as like this games as service, where almost every day, every week or something.
Isn't me or you guys feel the live service games is just not it. The name has been buried alive. It wasn't just murder, it was buried alive. One in the chat if you got the reference. Two if you didn't got the reference. It's perfectly fine. There was a YouTuber that would always title his videos like that. It wasn't just murder, it was buried alive, okay? Just like how I always have sadly is true. Because sadly it is really true, guys. We were wrong. We are always wrong. Always wrong. At first they say we are right, and then they always prove us wrong. You're wrong, strong, empowering. That's essentially what they do. But live service, man, the name alone, whenever you hear that, I catch herpes. Whenever people hear that, people doing fine, I don't blame anybody. Because live service used to be such a good thing. It was supposed to be a good thing. It's supposed to mean that we're gonna be continuously gonna get content on a frequent basis. But apparently that's not the case. We're all wrong.
Dude, they're adding more that want to keep you invested in the game. No, COD did not do that this year, man. And I kind of hope that they would, because the idea of a 2-year COD is something that I personally wanted for a very long time. Picture something like COD Mobile, but not mobile. I know you can play it on PC, but that doesn't matter to me. I would much rather play like a full game that's designed for consoles and PCs and things like that, has non-free-to-play business models and things like that. Like, I've always wanted like that perfect COD, which is something I don't think we're ever gonna get. But we learned yesterday that Modern Warfare 2 is not going to be a 2-year game, but rather this fourth quarter, call it October, November, we're going to be getting a new Call of Duty title in the Modern Warfare universe by Sledgehammer Games, who just had the abomination that was Call of Duty Vanguard. I mean, Vanguard itself was
Y'all remember when Garbage, when it first came out? Listen, man, Van Garbage is not my cup of tea. The game is, there's a reason why everybody call it Van Garbage. But even Van Garbage had 16 maps at launch, and they still draw plenty of maps post-launch. So what if I didn't like? So what if you didn't like? So what if we didn't like collectively as a whole? They still drop content. They did deliver on the live service to a certain extent, and not fully though. Not fully. The name live service, they need to get rid of that, because this live service name has been overused but under-delivered. That's essentially where we at with live service games.
World War II settings, solely for the purpose that the locations are interesting, the weapons are interesting, there's actual history and stuff like that. But man, I couldn't get past how broken that game was, how flawed that game was, how boring that game was, man. Vanguard just did not stick around for me. I could not get into that game. And so they just had that game out, and it was
Slush, if you're watching,
train wreck pretty much from start to finish. And then now, like a year later, suddenly they have their own game that they're working going on. I mean, I suppose it's possible that they, were working on this game back during the Vanguard lifecycle, which is why post-launch support of Vanguard was so bad. But
Hey!
this guy.
Cut the cap. Everybody gather on. The thing here is that Sledgehammer, my balls, were supposed to make their game and release their game back in 2020. But some things happened. They crapped the bed. They shizzled the bed. Triac took over. It was the Roni situation. We were through that Roni time. It's been like, 3 years now? Can you actually believe it? I cannot even compute this, guys. 3 years! Okay, so back in 2020, Triac released Black Ops Cold War. Comparison to today's Call of Duty, that was way better, but people complained about it, understandably so. But Black Ops Cold War was kind of decent, especially knowing the fact that Trek had a year and a half. Sledgehammer Games quit, or Activision made them quit. It was the Roni situation. They didn't have enough time, so Black Ops Cold War was kind of good. But then we got Van Garbage, so Sledgehammer Games made their game a year later, and now we have Modern Warfare 2, and apparently we're hitting that Sledgehammer my balls. They're already working on their new game. Activision has given Infinity Ward 3 years, a full life cycle, 3,000 deaths. 3,000 deaths. They really did do that, man. But now Sledgehammer Games is gonna be making a new COD this year, but they're not gonna be having 3 years. We saw what they did with Van Garbage. Yeah, they deliver at least some content, but the game was still kind of poo-poo though. Are they gonna be able to pull a Modern Warfare game with less time? I don't know about that yet.
It's not actually good. Like, what is going to be happening with the COD franchise? Because Modern Warfare 2, for all intents and purposes, which was like the thumbnail of yesterday's video, is dead. I mean, at least to me, a lot of you guys said, well, I saw a lot of comments yesterday, people saying they want to play the game anymore because, I kid you, the game has had a 2-month content drought. Not even halfway through the game's original 1 year life cycle. You know what I mean? Like, we're not even 6 months into the game's life cycle. We've had 2-month content drought. And then when season 2 comes out, which was delayed, by the way, all we're getting is null, which we just got again. Back at Vanguard, and then they're going to be bringing back that map from the beta. The museum map was solidly okay during the beta. Of course, we can.
And apparently the leaks are saying that going forward, we're just gonna be getting remaster maps in Modern Warfare 2. Oh god! Dome is not a bad man. In fact, I want to see Dome back. I feel like a lot of people that love Modern Warfare 3 want to see that map back. But alongside that, we need new content. That's what we need because people paid $70. You paid $70 and all you get is just a remaster map. 2 of them. If you want to remaster maps, if you want to drop remaster maps, at least give us all of them all at once. Two maps. At least give us 4 remaster maps. At least that would cut some check. At least that would cut a little bit, right? Still, we're talking about a new game here, guys. $70. I'm in Canada, sitting in Canada, it's $100.
Shout out to SKizzleAXE on YouTube.
1.6, maybe even 1.10. I don't even know. The prices are inflated. Let me know which country you're in, and let me know your prices, guys. God damn it.
You will actually be able to experience it in the full game here to get a proper test for how the map actually plays and how it is. But, that map is solidly okay, but it's not even a new map. We played it during the beta, for crying out loud. So what is there to do for COD fans besides Warzone? It's almost...
For context, Museum that we saw in the Call of Duty beta, it's coming as our new map in this game once again.
They're intentionally trying to make multiplayer shitty. For a company that makes as much money as they do, that has as many employees as they do, as many studios as they do. I mean, Activision Blizzard themselves, they have more money than God. If they wanted to make COD an amazing game, that is
I was waiting for that line.
Perfect games as service title, where they always have fans coming back and always want to try new things, like Fortnite, for crying out loud. They could easily do that, but they're just deciding not to for one reason or another. And I don't understand. I fundamentally do not understand what the direction, what their plan is. I think the thing is, they don't have a plan. We always talk about the idea of the COD life cycle being this thing that never stops turning. The COD series kind of keeps moving forward all the time. They're always churning out new games. They're always working on the next thing.
How is it moving forward? Pump the brakes, okay? It's not even moving forward. It takes 1 step forward, 5 steps back. 1 step forward, 5 steps back. That's exactly what they're doing. Bro, they don't even care. I just cannot compute the fact that they spent 3 years, 3,000 deaths, millions and millions of dollars on this game. It seems like that all the budget was spent on the marketing and not the game. You're telling me that the multi-billion-dollar company cannot come out with more than 2 new maps every 2 months? That is just pathetic. That is unacceptable. completely unacceptable. No matter from which angle you try to look at this from, completely unacceptable. Guys, if it was an indie company, understandable, man. Indie companies, they are dropping more content than this multi-billion-dollar company. Bro, like, they are not hurting for money. They're not lacking resources. They got everything that a company can have. They got the best computers, some of the best NASA-sized computers. They got some of the brightest mind people in the industry. They got patents ready. They hire psychologists. They deadass. I'm not even capping. They hire psychologists to write those patents, that those algorithms that once you play 5 games, he can tell you how many kids you're gonna have in the future, if your bloodline, if you're gonna be able to sustain your bloodline or not. They know everything, okay? They got like scientists working at that Shiza. When I say scientists, I'm not even, obviously there's not like data scientists, but they have Activision scientists working. They hire psychologists because they wanna make sure, they wanna see what hits you in your G-spot, and they want to make sure they get to design the system in a way where you keep playing the game, and once you have played the game, you go in the microtransaction shop, the devil shop, and you spend like $20 there, $100. They wanna empty out your wallet. Okay, it's like the casino system here, bro.
As one game comes out, they immediately, they might take like a week vacation, then they jump into the next game, and they barely support the game they just released post-launch. I think they don't actually have a clear vision as a result of that. I feel like the COD devs themselves, I think Activision Blizzard, I think that they're just flying by the seat of their pants when it comes to this franchise. I don't think there is a definitive vision for what they want the COD franchise to be anymore. I think they are honestly going at this from a perspective of they're just making it up as they go along, kind of like the zombie storyline. I had to poke that in there. I know lots of people really enjoy zombies, and they say the story makes sense.
I think that truly the problem here is that they try to copy all the other games and they fail to be their own self. I think that's the biggest problem, because Fortnite is still killing it because they're not copying other people. They are trying to be themselves times 2, times 10, right? Activision is trying to copy them. Nothing wrong with that. You can be inspired. You can try to copy stuff, but always put your own twist, right? You can do that. It's perfectly fine. Everything, all the movies, all the music you listen to nowadays, all the YouTube videos, everyone you watch, we are all inspired off of something and someone, and it's perfectly fine. This is how we evolve, right? Because if somebody does it better, you take their idea, but you also put your own twist to it, and all of a sudden you have created something completely unique, and you have 2 separate things to enjoy and to look from and look at, right? It's how the movies work sometimes too. But the problem here is that Activision has followed the Fortnite model, the Battle Pass model, but the Battle Pass sucks in this game. There is barely any content. It's garbage. It's like uninspired, completely worthless. It's not even